How are you doing, Lady No?
I'm good. How are you, Thaddaeus?
I'm good. It's been a minute since we've had this podcast, this 21 questions and stuff. I prepared some topics as well that we can go through. Because there's a lot that's happened since we last talked. So let me refresh.
That's the whole look at his notes and everything.
Yes, sir. Wait, it's telling me I can't do this. Let me take this off.
What?
All right, that's calm.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. So, yeah, you've got 3 questions for us, which you'll answer, which we'll both kind of go through down the line. That was off the back of your kind of 21 questions.
Yeah, which you
about the culture thing. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that was lit. I can't lie. Seems like we got some good responses from that as well.
We did get some good responses.
So what have you been tapped into recently? What's kind of come across your timeline that before I go in and suggest some things? You know what I'm saying? What have you seen? Actually, let's just go into the Kanye West, Jesus is King. We might as well just start there because I feel like that's the talk of the town right now. We have a
Paul moment for us, Christian. Well, to me, I believe it's a Saul Paul moment.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what Saul Paul is, guys, read your Bible and find out.
What is that, please?
Okay,
yeah.
so I was trying to encourage you to read the Bible.
You don't have to read the Bible.
What it is,
because I don't know.
So basically, there was this person in the Bible, is apostle known as Paul. Everyone knows about the apostle Paul, right?
Not really.
Yeah, this is gonna be very
long to explain. By the way, I am named by an apostle as well. By the way.
Yeah, that's but yeah, he doesn't know who Apostle Paul is.
No.
Okay.
No, sorry.
Okay. Cool. It's fine. Don't worry. So
it's
basically,
just like it's such a standard name, like Apostle Paul.
I know.
It doesn't even sound like a apostle.
I think he's an apostle.
Anyway.
You know. But anyway, so basically, I believe that Kanye. I may be wrong, but this is just my theory. I believe that Kanye West is having a Saul Paul moment. So in the Bible, there's this guy called Saul that was out here wilding out. What do I mean wilding out? This guy was crazy. He was doing madness. Crazy. He was just out there just doing craziness, innit? Which is what Kanye West was doing. But obviously, Saul got saved. Saved means that he found Jesus. He decided to be a Christian. And then he literally just turned his life around like that.
Madness.
Literally, like that. Obviously, read Acts is in the book of Acts, so I encourage everyone to read their Bibles and actually read the story from the beginning to the end. But I'm basically just summarizing. So he was literally like killing out Christians, doing madness. He was basically the crazy person that we look at Kanye West, well, pre-Kanye West as. Okay. That's like the best way I can explain it. And then obviously he found Jesus. And then he obviously became a Christian. And then obviously everyone was a little bit like, I'm not really sure about you because 2 minutes ago you were out here wilding out.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now you're Christian, which is exactly what's happening right now with Kanye West. Christians are skeptical.
I don't think people are kind of, what, are they? Okay, so let me ask. Okay. Are people skeptical of Kanye West being Christian?
Yes. Especially Christians, yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like Christians are literally split in terms of Kanye West. Some of us, I'm like, do you know what? As long as
First of all, where are these discussions being had? Are they being had
on
at
YouTube,
church?
At church? Like,
Continue,
if you go on like YouTube,
yeah.
like Christian YouTube, that is everyone's talking about it because everyone's a bit like, we need to be wary of this. Like, there's just so much stuff that you need to be wary of, which I completely understand. However, if the name Lord Jesus Christ has been glorified, and loads of people are gonna find out about Jesus Christ, why are we mad? That's why I know people like the intentions behind it, but as long as the name is being glorified, that's all that really matters, and let people be able to find God for themselves through his music. Even though I was expecting an actual Sunday service for his album, I didn't get that.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad. Do you know what? Everything's a growth. But I feel like some Christians are a bit like, nah, he's fake. He's just doing it. This is the work of the devil and all this malarkey.
What do you think?
I believe that I feel like God is doing a new thing in our generation. And I don't want to sound like a crazy, not crazy person, but I don't want to offend Christians out there. But I feel like,
just say it as your opinion, and this is your opinion.
So this is my opinion. Obviously, a lot of Christians love to talk and be judgmental for no reason.
Yeah, he says that in
your own self are probably not going out on streets and evangelizing yourself, But yet there's an actual man. Yes, he's got wild, crazy opinions and not everyone agrees with him. Fair enough. That's just how Kanye West is. However, he is proclaiming Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior proudly. Most of us Christians are not even proud to do that. So then why are you complaining? This is an actual person that's actually proclaiming Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior and literally telling people like, bro, like this guy named Jesus is amazing. But there's Christians out there that don't even want to say or whisper the name Jesus. But you're the same people that will judge him just because he had a weird past.
So you rate him because at the level that he is.
Exactly. It's not cool to be a Christian.
And the success that he is.
Exactly.
Or that he has. He's decided to make this kind of gospel album.
Not even gospel. I think it changed his life and follow Christ. I think that's amazing. Like, you have to applaud that. Anyone that, like, the Bible literally says...
Yeah.
The Bible literally says every time a person is saved, like, heavens is glorifying.
Because I heard that he kind of became a proper convert after he did the Coachella performance. Well, I heard it from the Joe Budden podcast.
Yeah. He did say that though himself. He said 4 months in, that's when he became saved. But that's normal. Like he said.
Did he say that in the interview?
Yeah, he actually said it in an interview, and I think he said it on one of the services that he did at actual church.
Yeah.
And which is truth. Not everyone that comes to church is saved the first time they go to church. I've lived in church my entire life, and I was still wilding out doing craziness. Okay, I have a child. I had sexual outside of marriage. I've done a lot of stuff in it, and I'm not saying that I was in church, but I wasn't saved. There's a big difference. Do you get me? There's a difference to being saved and just being in church. You can be in church and not be saved.
So as a Christian right now, you're gassed that Kanye West...
I'm gassed. We have an album for us, guys, that we could actually score in the club.
Do you know what?
Chick-fil-A.
I'm not gonna lie, there were a few songs which actually go kind of hard. I think...
Oh, that's
and like a few of them have God in the actual title of the songs. So I think it's like Follow God and then On God. Like...
I like
those
the
are
Chick-fil-A
actually...
song.
Chick-fil-A, I have no idea what that is.
You don't know the Chick-fil-A song?
Do you know the actual title of the song?
I don't know the title, but all I know is close on Sunday. Hey, you're my
okay.
Chick-fil-A.
I think it's Close on Sunday.
Yeah, that's it, Close on Sunday. I love that song. I listen to it every day now because the last thing that he says, like, the song about Jezebel, and Jezebel's a spirit.
Yeah.
Do you know what Jezebel is?
Well,
you
just
don't
said
need to read your Bible to understand some of these raps.
Isn't it like a kind of, well, I've like through like slang and through kind of like the hood, you know, Jezebel to be a hoe basically.
Yeah, but it's more than just being a hoe. There, it's a spirit.
It's like a gluttonous kind of
it's a nasty
desire. Kind of.
It's a lot of things.
What's the words? There's an actual word for this. Like when you're kind of cheating or you're kind of having sex with lots of different people.
Adultery.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's more than that. It's just so anyway.
Like a adulterous spirit.
Oh,
is that what you're saying?
It's basically like that, but much more. Like, you have to read... all I can say, like, if you're a Christian, you basically understand a lot of what he's talking about in terms of the album. But if you're not, and you're not, like, let's say, I don't know, a person in America that's not really Christian. Obviously, we know Jezebel because it's in the, like, that's slang. Some people actually say that. Yeah. But if you don't know...
I feel like a lot of people know what Jezebel is.
I hope... but not everyone would know. So we can't assume that everyone will know. If that makes sense.
But I feel like a lot of people know.
I know a lot of people. But anyway, some of the raps that he was saying, I feel like and the things that he's been saying, like, I'm going to say this wrong, and then I know every single Christian's going to laugh at me.
What are you going to say?
But they did a Sunday service, and I think Kanye West must have been like, I was like, Nebuchadnezzar. I know I said it wrong, but anyway, we move forward. And basically,
what is a Nebuchadnezzar? What is it?
Yeah, it was a king in the Bible, right?
Okay.
And literally, I said it to one of my uni friends, and I was like, so all of my uni friends were Christians, so we was like, oh, he had the Nebuchadnezzar moment, and then he's like, oh, swear, did he actually say that? I said, yeah. So obviously, we knew what we was talking about. But everyone else was like, who is that? Like, what are you not talking about? Hence what I'm saying, like, a lot of the things that he says, a lot of it you have to read your Bible to actually understand. Yeah. So Nebuchadnezzar was a king he was again another Kanye West, but God humbled him. Like, what I mean, humbled him. Yeah.
Humbled him from this guy.
He humbled him. This guy was like out here. Basically, he was like a billionaire. He was doing madness. He was asking people to like worship him, and basically what Kanye was saying was like, I am a god. That's basically what Nebuchadnezzar was doing. And then God just humbled him. Humbled him.
How?
He took everything away and made him crazy.
Okay.
And then after, Nebuchadnezzar was like, raw. Say, swear,
That's
God.
some serious humbling.
Serious kind of humbling, you get me? And then from that day onwards, he was like, okay, God, I'm sorry. And then God allowed him in it. But Kanye literally was like, I had a Nebuchadnezzar moment. Again, I don't feel like a lot of people understand that unless you read your Bible to understand what he meant by that. Hence why I said, guys, if you're seeing these services and you're listening to it, I would advise reading your Bible so you can actually understand some of the, the things behind it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah.
Okay, all right.
But guys, make sure you listen to it and go to church. So
yeah. So I will say that I feel like the album was good. The music was good. There was like a little kind of some sort of brass solo. I don't know the instrument, but like that was really good. So like the musical element, like I was listening for the musical element of it. I don't really listen. I'm not listening for the message or the word, but the music was really good, and I was enticed by Kanye West's Sunday services before. So I thought, okay, seeing how he's doing this and how he's got this choir and the choir is sick.
But do you see how God works? This is what I'm saying, guys.
I don't see what.
This. No, but you're a non-believer and you're even like, wow, what's this? Like, okay.
Yeah, but that was the music.
No, but it's the music that's making you go, what is this? Who are they?
For sure. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
But that's more so about music than it is about God.
It's the music. However, Kanye West was doing music, but it took him 4 months to get saved.
Okay.
It's sowing the seeds. And I'm just
I see what you're saying.
Does that make sense?
I can see what you're saying.
Because a lot of people...
So you're saying 4 months into this Jesus is King album.
He was singing, doing the choir thing. It wasn't until 4 months later that he was like, okay, I actually want to convert.
So do you feel like people are actually going to convert
I believe it, and I'm going to speak it into the atmosphere that people will go into his Sunday services. And
not his Sunday service, listening to the album.
I'm talking about as soon as he drops in London, best believe I'm getting to my ticket to go see him Sunday service because he's going to go on tour. But I pray and I proclaim that every person that goes into...
Have you seen the IMAX film?
No, I need to. Yeah. But I pray and I proclaim that every person that listens to his album, that sees his Sunday services, any sort of things that he does in relation, and if the intention is correct behind it, I pray to you that a seed will be sown into their lives, and I pray to you that they will get to know God for themselves. And that is what I'm praying and complaining. And you better not edit this out.
Why would I?
So, yeah.
Well, okay. No, cool. All right. Fair enough. All right. Well, yeah, that's a good point because I guess it could be like an intro to God. Right?
Yeah.
So I get that. I feel like a lot of people will just listen to it and accept it for what it is and then move on.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? But the people that are kind of looking for that message will find that message.
Exactly.
So that's dope.
It's good either way. People are hearing about God, and even if you're not hearing about God,
and he wasn't
still listening to good music.
I don't think he was. I think he was doing it in like a very gospel way, which is, I mean, where like, so for example, out of the 2 or 3 songs that were like more kind of modern, like a little twist on it, they were like more kind of like gospel kind of kind of just kind of messaging and like that conversation with God, right?
Yeah.
So that was, and even in that, there was some like the music was good behind that a lot of the time. Some of the time it was just Kanye West talking to God, which is cool. But like a lot of people are not gonna get much from that. It's just, I guess, for him to show how serious he is about God. His kind of. And
I love that, man. And I can't wait for his Sunday service to come to London. I'm so here for it.
That would be dope. I think I would go to the tour.
Oh, you have to come with me.
I think I would go to the tour because seeing those Sunday services just.
Your spirit will be
for me though, like my biggest question is how much is he paying for all of these singers?
Listen, that's like down to God, isn't it? That's got nothing to do with us, isn't it? That's all Jesus and Jesus.
Because there's 40 singers. Concerned. Like there's 40, 50 singers.
No, there's 100 in total.
There's 100 in total.
Yeah.
Fam.
I think the whole production is probably more than 100 people. Because I know they did a Sunday service in Jamaica.
Bro, he must be paying a lot of money, you know.
No, but they actually willingly came as well. Like Jamaica asked for him. There's a big difference.
No. Like Jamaica, like I get that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, but I'm talking about the people in the choir.
Yeah, they must be getting paid. But in the Bible, it does. I mean, I don't personally agree with this, and I feel like all my friends know.
You shouldn't get paid. Right?
I don't believe anyone should get paid for doing the work of That's just me, innit? I feel like only pastors.
But it's not about, like, I get what you're saying, but there's a distinguish, like, you have to distinguish, like, working for God and then working for Kanye. Like, it's two very different things.
I know it's
you know
two
what I'm saying?
different things, but I'm talking about in general, though. Like, I feel like if it's your... Because Kanye West is trying to make this into a ministry. He said that himself.
Yeah.
That's from his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I want to do this full-time work for God. If you are working for God and you are a singer for God, me personally, I say this about musicians. I say it, everyone knows me in church. I've always been that girl that's very much like, I don't believe musicians and singers should get paid for doing all. Unless it's your full-time job, okay, fair enough. But there's a fine line.
See, there you go.
Like,
full-time job, because I would bet like any money that all of those singers
it's probably
in
not
that
full-time
choir,
job.
like they're professional. You can tell. You can tell because they're not like,
their voice is beautiful.
You know,
man.
like they're all probably professional backup singers or singers.
Yeah, but he did say that though.
He said that they are.
He actually said it in one of his thing. He said that all of these singers they came to LA to be backup singers or work for industry.
There you go.
And now they're working for God.
There you
that
go.
was his words, not mine.
There you go. And you can't tell me none of them are not getting paid.
No, of
Like,
course
they
they're
are
getting paid. I feel like because it's your full-time job, cool. My issue is when you are a secular artist, let's say you're a backup singer.
Yes.
For example.
Or a singer.
Or a singer, whatever.
Gigs and stuff,
and you sing for, I don't know, Beyonce and Nille, whatever not. But then you want to charge the same price for a church. No. I just don't believe that because I feel like you're already getting paid to do a good enough money to do secular music. Why would you then charge a church? I don't agree with it, but that's just me, innit? If I ever do ministry, I would never charge. Ever.
That's interesting.
I mean, what's your sample
I feel like we're
as an
gonna hear-
outsider?
What, like, in terms of, like, whether people should get paid?
Yeah,
and stuff?
for doing
Well,
the Lord's work.
I believe that if you're a Christian and if you really believe in all of this stuff, then you should do what the Bible says, which is all of that stuff, right? Which is like you should not expect to kind of receive anything because you are receiving.
But the Bible actually does say that they should get paid.
They should get
to
paid.
an extent, though. Yeah, it's actually in the Bible. It says that people, if you're doing the service of God,
So why do pastors always say like,
if it's your full-time job, there's a big difference. That's my issue.
Wait, what does the Bible
issue.
say? What does the Bible say?
I don't know the exact thing, but I know it says that pastors or whatever should get paid for their service, and they should get looked after by the church, which I'm not disputing. I'm not disputing that. However, when it is not your full-time job, why are you charging church? That's just how I say it. I'm very passionate about it.
Fair enough. So my view on it is, if you're getting, so if you're a Christian and you're okay with not getting paid, that's cool.
I think
you know what I'm saying.
God will bless you even more.
Yeah, but I feel like if you need the money, so like if it's taking time out of your kind of schedule and whatever, because it's quite a lot to prepare for these things, right? To rehearse.
I dance as my ministry, and I
go.
do that every Saturday with my child, and I don't get paid for it, but I still do it because that's what God has called me to do. There's a big difference. You understand?
Fair enough, but then that's
my
God,
time.
That's your conversation with God. But whereas it may be a pastor or whoever's in charge of the church coming in and saying, "Look, okay, you're a good singer. Can I get you for my thing now?" I feel like it's, whether you're Christian or not, it's within your right to kind of charge that person, because it's a service that they're asking for, which is what you have to remember.
I agree with, but I'm talking about my issue is if that's not their full-time job. That's my problem. If it's not your full-time job, why are you charging? I don't care. I just know loads of people going to be like, we see this interview and be like, oh, there she goes again, or blah, blah, blah. But I don't care.
No, I mean, you've got a good point. You've got a good point. Like,
that's just how I feel.
I see the reasoning behind that, and I feel like a lot of people will as well. Maybe like the diehards, but non-Christians will be like, no,
I don't want to be even classed as a diehard, like, because a lot of people that are probably more.
I'm not saying you're a diehard. I'm saying the diehard, like non-religious people will be like will have their own opinions on it, right? Yeah. But anyway, okay. The next thing on the docket, on the list. Skepta and Adele. Rumors that they've been dating. It hasn't been confirmed by either of them, I don't think. But I think it's like people have seen them in the same place and stuff like that. And it doesn't seem that far-fetched, you know. When I first saw it, because obviously they're both from Tottenham. They've both been like shouting each other out like through the years and stuff like that. So it didn't seem like a massive shock to me. But But Lady Nille is maybe
Yes.
thinking something different. Like,
To what it is,
what's your opinion? on it?
I love Adele. Adele is one white woman that I love dearly. That's just one white woman I do love. However,
just the one.
However, she looks amazing, by the way. Have you seen her transformation?
Yeah, no, she's mad
lost
thin
so
right
much
now.
weight,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
she
yeah.
doesn't. She's not my Adele anymore. Like, I like chubby Adele. I don't like really skinny Adele. However, if
You like the struggle, you like the pain. Is that what you
so
like?
done with you. I love Adele. I think her music is amazing. And I was, when I saw it on the blogs, I was a little bit surprised. I was like, a whole Skepta, but then I saw it coming because she, you know her, she likes a little, you know what I'm saying?
She's from the ends, isn't it?
She's from
Tottenham.
ends. So I was like,
She's from the
I
ends,
wasn't
man.
surprised that if it is true, congratulations to them. It was about time you got a bit of seasoning.
But to be honest, like, it may not even be anything big. It might just be like they're on
They're just
a
casual,
one little
yeah.
date, one time. Like they
I hope they're together though.
I don't know. Could be, you know what I'm saying? They're both very low key people, so
They are
you
very
wouldn't
low
really
key.
know until you know, right?
Yeah.
So-
that's very true, actually.
Yeah.
I
But
wonder how that will make for music though. If they did like a collab.
nah, they should never do a collab.
Why?
They should never do a collab.
If Jay-Z and Beyonce can do a collab, why can't Adele and Skepta do a collab?
Jay-Z and Beyonce are very different to Skepta and Adele. Like
What do you
Adele,
mean?
one sec. All right, cool. Adele, yeah, sings straight ballads. I don't think she's ever made like an R&B song.
She's made-
or any other
she's
type
made
of thing
ballads.
in,
She's made
like, in her
songs.
life.
She has made songs that are not
she makes
ballads.
singer-songwriter songs. That's what she makes.
She has a
She
song
makes pop
that's
songs,
not a ballad.
kind of, and she doesn't even really make pop songs. She just is really popular. Like,
She
and then
makes-
Skepta
It's
working
just-
with Adele. What?
I think that would be amazing. Guys, guys, can you please put in the comments below?
I can
yeah?
maybe see Adele on a Skepta track, like Skepta gets her for like a hook or like something like
okay.
that. But I cannot see Skepta
collab.
fitting in unless Adele with her new kind of like new figure and new image and that she's coming with a whole different album and a whole different
No,
vibe.
I like old school Adele.
Exactly, which I don't feel like she would do because
Yeah.
like she hasn't become.
But then
suddenly
again,
more
she is
public
kind of
now.
like a Beyonce where you can switch it up like that and people still love it.
No, she isn't.
Yes, she.
No, she isn't.
Thaddaeus.
She's never made an R&B. Show me like
Thaddaeus.
Adele R&B song,
Thaddaeus.
please. I
Thaddaeus.
beg you.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the genre. I'm talking about she is on that level
Yeah.
where she could just switch it up and then people still love it. You cannot deny that. Come on.
I don't know about that because her voice, yeah,
It's so
because like
powerful.
I feel like it's powerful, but I feel like the reason why she makes the songs that she makes is because she knows that her voice is suited to a certain sound, and it's it's better placed writing those singer-songwriter type songs as opposed to competing with Beyonce and all of these other pop stars.
I know, but
you
I
what
feel
I'm
like she
saying?
could do it though.
That are creating kind of mixes of genres because that's what pop music is now. It's like it's a mix of genres.
I hate what you're saying, but I do feel like she's on that level. If she was to switch it up with her new figure, her new image,
I feel like she is on that
could.
level. Don't get me wrong. I feel like she's talented. I
Yeah.
feel like she comes from an authentic place with
She
it.
really does.
So like it wouldn't be strange, but I
Yeah.
just don't feel like she would make like an R&B song. I can't see her making an R&B song. And that's because there's so much invested in her right now. She doesn't drop albums for like 3 to 4 years.
That is very
You can't
true.
come out and then like your album be dead. Like that's not something that
She
can
does,
ride on.
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
she
that is
tours
actually-
for
you
like
actually-
2 or 3
yeah.
years off the back of one album. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not even that. Maybe like she just tours a lot in 1 year after the album, and
You're
that's
actually very right because her albums literally come out like every 2 to 3 years.
it. Yeah, she takes the time with it.
She does take her time.
And when
give
you
you that.
and like you think she's taking her time to write to write some sort of R&B song. No, she's coming back with bangers, fam. She's coming back with Hello point 2. You know what I'm saying? That's what she's coming back with.
I really hope that she comes out with like a song with Skepta. That's my hope.
I don't feel like anybody would be looking for that. Like, obviously, people
I
are
will, and
going
I
to
think
care
it will
about
be
it.
good. Mark
But
my
I don't
words.
think anybody is wanting that. Like, I
I
don't think
want
anybody's
that.
wanting that step.
Adele, create a song for me, just for me.
And so, what do you want? Yeah, you want like a nice ballad.
I don't know. I
and
feel
then
like
Skepta
a
comes
nice
in,
ballad. No, because I think of it like I don't know, Stormzy and who was it that was on his track and it was singing? I forgot.
See, even that's my point though. Like Stormzy singing, And Stormzy on these kind of pop star songs, like, why? Like, no, why?
I love it. Listen, shout out to Stormzy in it. I love Stormzy.
Maybe he's doing it for the gal in a minute. Maybe he's doing it for the gal in a minute because obviously the man ain't feeling that stuff.
I think so. I really want a Skepta and Adele. I think it would be different. I feel like why can't we create something that's a little bit out of the box and a little bit, unconventional? Why not?
First of all, the guy really does think he can sing.
Who?
And he can't sing. Stormzy.
No, I'm talking about Skepta and Adele.
Okay.
I said I don't see why they can't have, and leave Stormzy out this year. Listen, not everyone is what's it called, a Mariah Carey. I can sing them kind of notes. You get me? Leave it.
I'm just saying he needs to just chill, fam. Like,
leave Stormzy alone.
You're a big man, fam.
Leave Stormzy alone. Just leave him.
And you're coming on these singers. Like,
leave
come on,
Stormzy
man.
alone.
No one needs that from Stormzy. Is what
Stormzy is fine. I love Stormzy. That's my guy.
Drop another Wiley's flow. Like that's what everyone needs.
I kind of miss I like what's it called, Stormzy, when he used to do the YouTube videos and YouTube songs.
There you go.
I love that Stormzy, but I still love Stormzy now, and he's done incredibly well this year. The guy I played at Glastonbury, black guy from England, played at Glastonbury.
Yeah, no. He's on a different level, but I feel
that's
like
amazing, man. Can't complain about that.
Yeah. He's on a very different level. Like, he's been eaten up by the industry, man. They love him.
We love him. Yes, my Ghanaian brother.
Do you know what? Like, I've heard. I'm not gonna hate because Stormzy is a G. You dropped Wiley flow and you cemented like that you're like a great. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're probably you are one of the greatest spitters right now. But I feel like a lot of people would say that like not enough people from like the kind of grime or kind of UK rap scene actually listen to Stormzy. He's kind of like,
he's mainstream.
And like people consuming in like a mainstream fashion. Like, I don't think you'd hear many people that me or kind of just like out and about playing a Stormzy track. If you see what I'm trying to say.
Very true.
Like,
I didn't think of it that way.
He's much more of a mate, like, which is funny how it happens.
He's like a pop artist without being a pop artist.
No, he is a pop artist.
No, but he still has that offensive.
He is a pop artist right now. Sorry. He is like he is a Drake. He is a Drake because Drake is a pop artist. He is a Drake. Skepta's not a pop artist because he still can't really
mainstream that.
He's not whilst he's big, he's not really
mainstream.
Like mainstream. Like they love him. You know what I'm saying?
I hate you.
Stormzy, yeah. My mum loves Stormzy, fam. My mum loves Stormzy. Anytime his track comes on in the car, she's going crazy. I'm telling you.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious.
Shout out to
my mum loves
man.
Stormzy. So that shows you that he's like he's a household name right now. You know what I'm saying? But
I love
anyway,
Stormzy.
I don't know how we got into the Stormzy conversation.
But anyway, next
There's some other stuff. Yeah, I wanted to talk about. Do you know who Deno Driz is?
No, I'm sorry. I'm very like.
So he's one of these newer rappers, and he's not. Like, he's a singer actually. I think he's a singer. Like, okay. There were like video. Have you ever seen like a really like big kids? I don't want to say fat because we're in this area.
Wait, is he the one that sang that song for what's his name that passed away?
Maybe he's like a really big guy.
I think
kind
I
of
know
light
who you're talking about. Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
He's quite young.
And he sings.
I
think I know exactly who you're talking about.
Deno Driz. So he popped. I think I don't know. I need to know more about his story because I've seen videos of him mad young and he's singing at school, and then suddenly he's like some like big guy now. So I don't really know like much about his story. So I would like to know more about his story. But anyway,
is he good?
I have not really listened to many of his songs. You know, I'm not gonna lie. But I've just seen him around, and I've heard some songs of his. But I think right now he's in like the mainstream element. Like he's trying to make mainstream.
Would you class him as a really good up and coming, or an up and coming that just needs to goodbye and see you later?
No, he's a really good up and coming. He seems like a genuine guy, because that's what I'm like alluding to. So there's this new story that kind of went around on the blogs, kind of Instagram blogs and that, which is him buying a house for his mum. And this guy is like 17, 18 or something. I don't know his exact age, but he's mad young. And like for someone that young, yeah,
to buy a house,
to make money, and then the first thing you do is buy your mum a house.
I think that's very smart.
Shout out to him.
That's a very smart move.
Because I think he even said something about like you don't really care about the chains or like that and stuff like that.
Because he's a smart person.
And
that's why.
I just wanted to shout out to him because we need more of that. Like
we do.
And I hope it just seems right now, maybe the newer generation, maybe he's just a smart guy and he's just one of the smart guys, right? But maybe the newer generation are catching onto like the bullshit. Like they're catching on to, yo, when you make a bag of money, kind of like the kind of Nipsey Hussle and what he was all about, right? Which is invest your money. Like,
yes,
try and stack, like all of that stuff. I feel like people are kind of on that wave right now.
But I think that's a good thing, though.
No, it's a very good thing.
Yeah, we need to.
I'm saying that as a very good thing.
It's not every day buy chains. It's not every day buy smart cars. Invest in brick and water. Because it will always give you good returns and land. And
invest in
you know what I mean?
Just figure out how to make money through these other ways. Because just touching on that quickly, like my friend Aaron, who had this kind of property management business, and like I've learned so much from him, and I've kind of like through having somebody like that, you don't really know because you don't have those conversations within your kind of immediate community and your immediate family and stuff like that. So when you have somebody that actually works in it and gets it, and that can kind of explain the kind of importance of this stuff to you, and then you listen, like it changes your mindset on things. You're like, okay, you can make money doing all of these other things, or you can find out how to make money doing creative stuff or whatever. But there's still very traditional ways
of making money.
Good
money as well.
Good money. I like money that's going to hold you down so that if you didn't have a job, you just have passive income coming in every month. And like we've seen it in places like there was this guy that used to rap because we were trying to get him onto Aaron's podcast actually, which he said he was down for, and then he just didn't turn up. So shout out to that guy. But anyway, it was like a guy that like he's like a young guy that started working in like the letting agency, and he was kind of rapping about his lettings and stuff, and he got a little kind of 10 minutes of fame with that, you know what I'm saying, like with the blogs and whatever and like social media. And
question,
go ahead.
In regards to how people's mindset is today, because on that subject, I think obviously it's an amazing thing that people are thinking of more than just chains and cars, and investing in themselves and their families and for the future. However,
just making smart decisions in general.
Trust me. Do you believe that people that have 10 minutes of fame should invest in, let's say, property or something smart, or reinvest in themselves to continue their 10 minutes of fame?
So when you're talking about 10 minutes of fame, you got that hot, like that
hot, you're popping,
that spotlight.
But like Tipsy Strider is a perfect example. He was popping for 10 minutes, and
he was popping for a little longer than 10 minutes,
an hour. Like
I get what you're saying.
He was popping for like an hour, but he was smart. He invested in headphones
and some businesses.
Yeah. But I feel like if you are about your craft and you're about your art and this is what you would love to do, hypothetically speaking, would you, as a young person, if you could rap, I don't know if you can, would you reinvest in property, or would you take that chance and reinvest in yourself to create more of a bigger return? You can say that.
If I had a large sum of money, right, I would always choose the smarter decision, which is to invest in something like concrete, and you're going to get a return out of. So that may not be property, maybe like whatever it is, right?
Or the stock market.
Stock market is a bit shaky.
It's shaky, but you always get some sort of return back.
Yeah. If you're smart and all that stuff, or even oil, like there's a lot of money in oil.
Yeah, there's definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, what I'm trying to say is,
I would. I'm joking.
I would invest in something that I can see the immediate return in. If I had a large sum of money and I knew this fame wasn't going to last for long.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you even need money to continue your 10 minutes of fame and invest in yourself, quote unquote.
Yeah.
I feel like if you kind of understand how to play the game, how to utilize that 10 minutes of fame, it's not that hard. I think you just need either yourself to have a plan and to kind of stick to it and not get lost with all of the 10 minutes of fame type stuff. Because that can go really quickly, as we know. And just to like make those smarter decisions. If that makes sense. Like,
I hear you.
so and that's in regards to like with any kind of creative or kind of your own personal endeavors. I feel like with strategy and marketing and all of that stuff, you can get yourself to where you need to be.
100%.
Right? But
I agree.
money is money at the end of the day.
But
This
money
Western
isn't
world,
everything, you know.
You say that, but if you didn't have money, where would you be?
I don't. Okay, I'm gonna sound so crazy right now.
Go on then.
Probably gonna have a Kanye West moment. But money is free, guys.
Shout out to Kanye West. Like, you
I
see
love
right there,
him.
he's even like created some sort of popular phrase as
Yeah.
well. Like, this is my Kanye West moment. But anyway,
This
go
is
ahead.
my
The
Kanye
guy is
West
a legend.
moment.
Like, whether you want to admit or not, he's a
Yeah,
legend.
man, he's a genius.
Mm.
This is my Kanye West moment. Money is free. Money doesn't actually exist.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. It's
It
trade,
doesn't.
right? You're trading items.
Money, and when people say, "Oh, you think money grows on trees?" It actually does grow on trees, guys. Did you know that? If you have the correct, no, but let's actually deep this. I know I'm happy. Listen, let me finish. Let me land in it. Let me land.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Like I say, it's this, innit? Money does make the world go round. That's no, I'm not disputing that. However, money isn't. It's paper. You can cut that up. It's not like gold or silver or diamonds. That's actual tangible stuff.
Assets, yeah.
Money is just paper that can. Before they changed it to plastic, I could rip it up, and it doesn't exist anymore, and it has no value.
It's trade.
If you want to actually, it's trading. Like if you want to have things that are tangible, I would say go to Africa and get gold. Go get diamonds. That's actual thing that's actually worth something. A house is worth more than money. A house is worth more than money. Let's actually deep it. That's just me. That's my kind of moment finished. I don't believe money actually is real and it doesn't exist. It has no value.
Yes, you're right. Money is trade. Money is something that you used to exchange, right?
Literally.
Exchange, like you're exchanging money for some sort of item or a house or whatever it is. It's trade. And then it goes to the question of like, what are you trading for?
Exactly.
Like, what are you using this money for? But going back to what I was saying, we still live in a world of money, right? You need money to trade for a house, for somewhere to live, for something to eat. We need money. So having something sensible, like investing, well, if you're planning how to use your money, right? Investing in a thing that you know is going to return you money is smarter than investing in something that you don't know is going to return you money. That's just me saying that. But obviously it goes down to the person's belief in themselves and what they want to do.
Fair enough.
But in this very fickle world we're in right now, it's really hard. Like for anybody looking at the creative industries or the entertainment industries, it's very hard to make money in this industry. You have to be.
It's just a fact.
And that's because there's so many.
Anymore.
Well, it's not even. Well,
it doesn't sell. Every artist say they make money from tours, not by music.
But it's more so because everybody's fighting for the same fans, the same attention, the same crowd, and there's more of everyone.
Thank God I'm not
there's more of these people that are competing to do these things. And I say this in any creative regard, by the way. That's what I'm trying to say. Like doesn't have to be just music. In literally anything.
Actors, everyone's.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
but,
for you to invest in that, you really have to have a strong idea of some sort of return. But some sort of return, like there has to be some sort of return, whether it's monetary or whether it's like practical or whatever it is. Like, I guess that's just what I'm saying at the end. Invest in something that you know you're going to get return in. I mean, otherwise you're kind of pissing away your money.
I agree with you, but I think what you're basically touching on, obviously, like, it's crowded, which I completely agree with. But not everyone is meant to be an artist, and sometimes people just need to realize, baby girl, baby boy, you can't rap, you can't act. Find something that's actually gonna help.
But hey, you can't really tell people.
But
that
yes,
nowadays.
I can, and I just did. You can't rap and you can't think, and I touched shouting at names.
I get you.
Listen,
you can't really say that because people that can't rap and people that can't sing and people that like Stormzy, Like, I'm still making.
Okay, but some
I'm still making money. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about singing.
I know.
They're still making money off of these things.
I understand.
So it's like we're not even in the world of talent anymore. We're not really in the world of talent.
I completely understand
kind of, but not really.
that, but they have some sort of star quality. They have a likability. Cardi B is not the greatest rapper in the world, but her personality is what sells her. Does that make sense? That's just a fact. Katy Perry is a rubbish singer.
I would say
the singer in the world.
I would say the novelty is what sells Cardi B, and that's she don't really have a personality. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, it's really the novelty, and she's kind of.
Wait, what? Everyone stop! You just said that Cardi B has no personality. Are you actually serious?
What? All right, tell me what Cardi B's personality is.
She's crazy. She's loud. She's funny. She's Afro-Latino. She's from the Bronx. She's real. People say she's real. And she's authentic. Not a lot of rappers are authentic, real, and I like that. I can name a few. Fair enough.
Okay, maybe I'll retract that statement about personality. But what I'm trying to say...
My phone is popping off, sorry.
That's all right. What I'm trying to say is more so the novelty that people are buying into, whether that's a positive or a negative novelty, right? So people are buying into someone like Cardi B because she's something different than anybody's ever seen before, which is why friggin' Donald Trump is a president. You know what I'm saying? Novelty.
I hate that, but
which is why before him, Barack Obama was the president. Novelty. We're in the time of novelty right now.
I heard that. However, I feel like I understand the whole novelty argument, but like for you to have a novelty, there has to be a person or a character or an act behind it.
I get that.
Does that make sense?
But like what people care about is less about the personality and more of the novelty. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. But you have to sell a novelty. Not everyone is selling a good novelty. It is what it is. Yeah. Some people are out here trying to be rappers. Some people are out here trying to be singers. Some people are trying to out here being footballers. My friend, you are not that good. Find something that you're actually good at and actually contribute to society.
Well, just work. Too many people. Don't work hard, guys. Work smart. That's what I'm saying. Literally, like, figure out what the novelty is. Figure out what's going to work for you. All of that stuff. Work smart, not hard.
There's too many people trying to be the next Beyonce. Not everyone can be the next Beyonce. Stay in your lane, my brother. Stay in your lane. Stay in your financial lane. Stay in your prosperity lane. Stop trying to walk into other people's lane as no concern to you. Not everyone is supposed to be in these industries. Like, it gets me so mad when I see people literally wasting their lives and they're so sugar, honey, iced tea, bro. They're so sugar, honey, iced tea, yeah? And you're out here saying, oh, listen to my tune, man. It's gonna be popping. And you're dead. You're just wasting time. When there's people, you might actually be a good lawyer. Yeah, I'm saying for everyone. you actually might be a good lawyer, but you're out here selling CDs. You're out here trying to be like,
there is a point
listen
to that.
To my Spotify, bro. Man's out here, man's just trying to get the bag in that, but you're dead.
There is a point to that. I feel like the point you're making is, maybe there's too many people trying to do what's already being done.
Everyone's trying to be the new Beyonce, and it cannot be done.
I wouldn't say that, but I'll say people are trying to do what's already been done, right?
Literally.
And that's hard to do, and it's hard to make money off, and it's hard to succeed off. Find a way to do it differently. But even within that, it's hard to do that. So I understand, but that's where the smart decision making comes in.
Listen, I'm not a singer, okay? So why would I spend my lifetime trying to be a singer? I know I cannot act for my life. Why would I do that to myself? You get me? If I try to do rap now, I will be a meme. I used to send these dumb rap.
That's not even a bad thing nowadays. Come on, it's not. If you know how to flip it.
If you're a meme, you're 10 minutes of fame. It's not even 10 minutes. It's more like 2 minutes, 30 seconds. If you're a meme,
bro, I'm sure. Like, well, this is kind of unfair to say because he's white anyway, and he's appealing to a white artist. I'm sure Post Malone was a meme at some point. You know what I'm saying? And look how big he was. He is right now. This guy's fucking massive. If you see how much he's selling,
I didn't know who Post Malone was until like last year, so he's not that great. If I don't know about him, not great.
Nah, like you said until last year.
Until last year, I didn't know who he was before that.
Well,
I was like, who's
that's fair to say if you don't really pay too much attention to the scene.
So, like, I see it as like if for a person like me, because I'm not really like, I'm on social media, but I'm not on social media like that. I don't really know. So when you're shouting out all these new artists, I'm like, who are these people? Like, to me, a person has made it when a person like me knows who you are. Does that make sense? Not a person like you, because you actually do research. Like, you actually...
I don't really.
In fact, you don't even do research. You just know people and you just know the industry. A person like me that's literally a busy person, I'm not on my phone like that. I don't listen to radio like that. I'm the kind of person that will sit at night and watch House of Commons debate because I actually care about the world. I'm the kind of person that will actually sit and watch news.
Shade right there.
I'm not
Shade
even trying to shade. I'm just keeping it 100.
No,
I'm the type
enough.
of person that will watch the news and watch documentaries. So when you tell me all these new artists, I'm like, who are you? Who are you? I don't know who you are.
Okay.
If your name's not Beyonce or Jay-Z or Kanye West, I don't know who you are. Do you get me? Like, so you haven't made it in my eyes. Because I don't know about you.
All right.
And that's all I've got to say.
Have you heard, did you hear, like, speaking of watching the news and stuff like that?
Yes.
I'm sure you've heard about the 39 bodies it was in Essex, right? Found in Essex, it was 39 Chinese people or people from China.
Hold on, guys.
That came from China.
Okay,
And it was like 31 men and then 8 women, apparently. And the reason why I bring this up is because it goes to something that, like, one of your 21 questions that we answered earlier on during the other podcast, where you were asking about, like,
is there such thing as a legal immigrant?
yes, exactly. So I feel like it's a good time to bring that conversation again.
Yeah, I don't completely agree.
And actually, there was this Netflix series which literally had the same scene that this whole thing kind of had. Because you know about the guy, like the truck driver and stuff, he's being charged and all that stuff.
But I don't think that's his fault, though.
So there was a Netflix series, actually, and they had it across, like, Spain, Germany, France.
Do you know what it's called?
Like, I forget what it's called, but
I'll
get up afterwards. But it's basically about police interviews. So when somebody gets taken in for like,
Hold on.
That's right. Yeah, so when someone gets taken in for a police interview,
Yeah.
That's what the whole show is about, and they have these shows across these different countries as well. But I've only watched the kind of Britain one because I'm not really trying to watch.
Oh, 24 hours in police custody.
No.
Okay.
It's like a proper, like, produced show with actors and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not watching the other ones just because I'm not trying to. It's not that entertaining, right? Like it's just dialogue. So I'm not gonna watch subtitles of like nothing happening, basically. But anyway, the English one, and it literally had pretty much the same scene where there was a truck driver where they were interviewing a truck driver and they were trying to find the location of a lorry driver, and they were trying to find the lorry before the people in the lorry died, because they know they only have a certain amount of time to find a lorry before these people die, especially because it's like airtight containers and stuff like that. So, and like basically by the end of the interview, so the point of the show is that it's showing you the kind of techniques and the kind of interesting, intense moments of the police getting these people to crack, basically. So getting the detainees to crack. So this guy, the truck driver, cracked, and they found the people before they died. But then seeing something like this now, like, it just kind of brought me back to that, because I'm sure that guy went through the same interviews, people trying to crack him and all of that stuff, but he did not shake.
I generally don't feel like he was to blame.
But, okay, so with that in mind, so these police interviewers and the police people, right? These kind of investigators, these detectives, they were asking, like I'm talking about the show, they were trying to find out, like, they knew it wasn't the guy's fault, but you're gonna get charged regardless, because you're the one withholding information, right? Regardless of if you knew much at all, you knew that there was people in the lorry. That's what they're banking on, and that's what they're charging you on. And for people to get into that type of situation, they basically have to agree with some sort of underground, whatever, is some sort of trafficking gang or whatever it is. I don't know too much about that side of things. But whatever it is, these kind of people are finding these truck drivers and they're brokering some sort of deal, and they have to accept, right? They're not really forcing people. Actually, I don't know what's happening, but they're brokering a deal. So you saying it's not his fault, it kind of is his fault if he knew that was the deal, right? And his deal was to take these people to the location and drop them off, right? Because somehow he's getting paid. He's not driving like a lorry full of nothing and then not getting paid at the end of that. He's not doing that.
I know, but I think it's a thing of like, I don't even know what to say about it. I feel like when I found out, I was like, I think my first thought that came to my head was kind of like, why are people so desperate to come to this country?
Really?
Yeah, that was my first thought. Like, why are people so desperate to come to this country? Because it's so dangerous.
But this has been happening though.
I know it's happening, but I feel like I don't think people understand how dangerous I don't think people understand how dangerous the actual process is and the things that can happen. I mean, people that get trafficked in terms of like lorries and stuff. Huh?
They know, but like they're coming from places that are not great already.
Like I know, like, okay, hypothetically speaking, yeah. I know that, flying in the air with one engine isn't the greatest thing to do, but there's still a possibility I might make it to land.
Yeah.
However, they know the statistics of there's more people that die or they get incarcerated than they actually being able to come to this country and live happily lives. Do you know what I mean? And I just it hurt my heart when I just found out. I was just like, thank God there was no children. Because I think I would just cry. There was children on there.
But that happens. It does happen.
It happens, but I'm just kind of like, and they were all Chinese neighbours as well. Because I was thinking that there's going to be like Eastern Europeans. When I found out they were Chinese, I was just a bit like, you don't really hear much Chinese.
You got to think about how far they've travelled just to even get in that lorry,
That's
you got to think
point.
about that. They travelled a long way just to even get in that lorry.
And that makes me think, because there's a lot of Chinese people that come here to just for tourism. So I would think, why would you not just get on? But then again, it's the cost of it. And
well, first of all, these are probably the people that definitely can't afford to even get a flight anywhere.
I know.
Anywhere is what I'm trying to say. Like, they're probably coming from the parts of China.
Man.
I don't know too much about China, but I know that, like,
do you know how far China is from the UK?
This is what I'm trying to say. And there are some parts in China which I'm sure like are heavily poverty stricken. I know that their government over there is a bit communist. They're a bit on the kind of capitalist side, but they're a bit communist still. So they're in a probably regime that isn't that great if you don't have a lot of money. And those people that are aware of like the world and what's happening in the world and where opportunities are. You can say anything you want about the UK and England, but there are opportunities here.
They are opportunities, but I think it just hurt my heart. And I feel like I completely understand that the guy, obviously, that was driving the truck is somewhat responsible, don't get me wrong. But I just think it's a thing of like, what if it was literally a thing of like, he just got his schedule to pick up. I know you're shaking your head, but I'm a kind of person, I see the benefit of the doubt and I like to look at the bigger picture. What if he's like, because there's a lorry driver that actually comes to my church and he used to tell me he just gets a schedule, they pick up the thing, they might do like a couple checks just to make sure, usually they don't open it, depending on the different thing, because some things if you open it, it might, cause disruption.
But you will have some sort of information on what the thing is, right?
But what if the information was literally just like, it's meat.
Don't open it.
Don't open it. That's my point. Like, what if that was literally it? He picked it up and he's like, oh, what's in here? Oh, it's meat. It's in the freezer.
But then,
don't open it. Then it's kind of like...
This is what you have to understand, though. It's like, well, I'm speaking without information. So I'm assuming that the lorry driver was detained when these people were still alive in the lorry. So he was withholding information. So he did not tell them.
No, but he's the one that called the police for them. Do you not know?
He's the one that called the police for the... What?
So I heard. I don't know if it's true.
Do you know what? We can't have this in it. Let's just. But yeah, say what you heard.
No. So I heard that he was the one that actually called the feds. Mm-hmm. When he dropped it off, and I think the inspector came to open it up. That's when they called the police.
Okay, I'm just reading this out right now. So, Morris Robinson from Craigavon. Jesus, what the hell is Craigavon?
I think it's in Ireland somewhere.
Yeah, reminded custody transferred. 39 bodies were found in lorry trailer. Appeared via video link and is charged with 39 counts of manslaughter, conspiracy to traffic people, conspiracy to assist unlawful immigration and money laundering.
But what if he actually didn't know? That's my point.
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, I'm not seeing anything.
No, but that's what I heard. I don't know if it's actually true though.
Miss Patel, increased presence. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about him saying anything.
And remember this, what's it called? This this truck came from what's it called? Belgium. So they could have been dead from Belgium. That's my point. How can we make a judgment when they could have been dead from ages ago?
Because he was still shipping. He was still shipping these people around. That's the thing.
No, I don't know.
He was still, yeah.
I just think it's unfair to charge someone if they didn't know.
And apparently, like, one of the people sent a text. See, that's the thing. So I think they have actual evidence that they did actually die in the UK. Because they sent a text. Someone in the van, the lorry, sent a text to their family saying that I'm in this cold, dark place and I'm running out of air. And I just wanted to say, her trip to a foreign land has failed. That's a literal kind of text that was taken.
Are you serious?
And that was sent on a Tuesday night. So whenever that was, I'm sure that was in the UK. And apparently this could have been a lorry that could have been part of a convoy of 3 other lorries carrying about 100 people. So it's just that one lorry. Like, you see, like this, like, I'm sure people are getting shipped in at alarming rates that we don't even know about. Because it is a thing, man. It is definitely a thing. I'm not saying anything about what he said, but yeah, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure the guy knew about it, man. I'm pretty sure.
But that's a bit risky, though. I mean, I'll do that, man. No, so ain't nobody got time.
Okay, yeah, lorry boss. Oh, it was the boss. It was the boss. Lorry boss, who is on the run with his brother, phoned police moments after driver was arrested over deaths of 39 stowaways found in truck container in bid to learn what investigators knew. So it was a boss that phoned them.
But I knew it was somebody that phoned. So I was like, I'm sure, like...
Yeah.
So that's why I said, I don't think he
But
knew.
even, like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, but then that's why these people that withheld, like, so, like, the lorry drivers that get interviewed and stuff like that, and why they must withhold information is because there's a lot on the line. It's like, they probably know your family. Like, these guys, apparently, the lorry boss who phones went on the run with his brother. So if he's probably not running from the police if you're going to phone the police, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's probably running from someone
bigger,
else. Exactly.
Than the police.
And he was phoning to learn what the investigators knew. So that says to me that he was phoning to kind of find out what the lorry driver had already said to the police.
So it might not even be him. It might even be the boss.
Everybody has an understanding of it, basically.
Yeah.
Like, there is some sort of understanding. I don't feel like it could go... Maybe some people don't know.
39 people in a freezer, bruv.
Yeah. Maybe some people don't know,
It wasn't
but...
even like it's vegetables, but at least they can eat a couple apple and ting. A whole freezer.
But the thing is, it's airtight. That's what you have to, like, there's no air coming in or out. So whenever that has been opened, you have a limited amount of air and a limited amount of time for that air to deplete before everybody dies. So there's a period of time where this lorry needs to go to a certain place. What happened in the show that I was talking about is the guy dropped the lorry off at a kind of district, and then somebody picked him up. Like the police then interviewed him off the back of like this missing lorry and stuff like that. But also reports, and they already knew people were in and stuff like that. So it's probably information from other countries and whatever it is. I don't know. I'm just assuming. But
I think it's just so sad, man. And I'm just thinking from China all the way to the UK.
Yeah, it's deep.
On lorries, on trucks, on... Nah, that hurts my heart, man.
Yeah. So on that,
deep, man.
What do you then think about like illegal immigrants then?
I mean, I know...
Because people actually, like, with the context that people actually coming here...
But I feel every land is free.
And dying.
Every land is free, man. I feel like in Janelle's world, I've actually had conversations with this, with people, and people think I'm a lunatic for saying this, and people are like, well, that's not how things work, and blah, blah, blah. But I generally believe that every land should be free. I feel like there should be a system whereby if you want to come to this country, then you just come.
Yeah.
And just stay. But that's in my world. And then obviously people ask me then, how would you regulate things?
Yeah. There are real questions.
Of course, there's logistics to it. Don't get me wrong.
Off the back of that, yeah.
But I think it's a thing, as long as you as a person has decided that you want to stay in this country and you want to abide by the country's law, I don't know, you sound like a formal paper to say, Lady now decide even though I'm from Jamaica, I want to live here permanently. Why can't people do that? Why do we have to go through a system where you have to pay thousands and thousands of pounds to just be refused, and then you're risking your life? And
social mobility is for the people that can afford it. That's why. I
know, but I don't think that's fair though.
And only asylum seekers will actually get refuge in these countries and stuff. So if you're not seeking asylum, which these Chinese natives probably weren't. And to be honest with you, if you look into that text a bit more that lady sent to her family just before she died, she said she was going to a foreign land.
So she probably didn't know where she was going.
She maybe did, but like she probably didn't know where she was going. And if that truck was a convoy of 3 with about 100 people in the UK, and it had to travel from China to the UK, how many other kind of convoys had been how many other trucks or lorries were part of that convoy?
I think it's just messed up. I feel like, do you know how big this world is, guys? Do you know how much land there is for everyone to actually be happy on?
Yeah.
That's my point. There's enough land for everyone, but people just moving mad.
I think we may just have to pay a bit more attention to international relations and like 100%. Kind of policies and stuff, because I don't know much about these. Obviously, you hear about Syria and stuff like that, but to hear about kind of Chinese people trying to emigrate, like that's just something that I've never heard before. So it really says that right now
there's a boom.
But international, the kind of what's happening around the world is quite messed up, and people are still looking towards the West, if you want to say the West.
But the West ain't even that good. We're not
going to get into
it.
Anyway,
but my dissertation comes out. We'll see if the West is actually prosperous for people that actually want to come here for employment.
I hear you.
That's all I'm going to say.
All right, last thing.
Yeah,
we didn't ask any questions, but anyway, last thing was the Coleen. Have you seen the Coleen Rooney thing?
What is that?
The Coleen Rooney thing versus Jamie Vardy's. I mean, I think her name is Rebecca Vardy, Jamie Vardy's wife. So basically, there was a scandal, or there was this news report, where. So you haven't heard of it?
No.
Okay, so basically,
Coleen Rooney. House and comments.
Fair enough. I just see on the blogs. I just thought it was funny. And And there was loads of memes going around.
I might have seen the meme.
Hilarious. But anyway, Coleen Rooney.
What, like Rooney?
Yeah,
like the footballer Rooney.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah,
Rooney's wife. So Wayne Rooney's wife. I probably should have said that. My bad. So Coleen Rooney had this kind of suspicion that there was somebody that was following her socials, her private social media, so not her public one. Her private social media was out to... Yeah, of course. Lots of people have private social media.
Okay.
Anyway. So she had a suspicion that somebody in amongst her followers, was outing information to like the blogs, like the newspaper, the Daily Sun, or like the Sun, or whatever it is, and she did this kind of little experiment because she had a hunch to find out who, right? And so, do you know that feature? Do you know this feature is so funny? Do you know that feature in Instagram?
Yeah.
Where you can have close friends.
Yeah.
And you can like choose who can see what, basically.
Yeah.
She created this list that was just for her. Yeah. And she was posting on a regular, just for her, basically, to see if these stories would come out.
Yeah.
And to prove her hunch. And like, long story short, they did. Like those stories did still come out, and it was Jamie Vardy, who is... Do you know who Jamie Vardy is?
No.
So he's a footballer. Again, I should have said this.
Yeah.
So he's a footballer. He's like... Do you remember Leicester City? So Leicester City won the Premier League back in like 2015 or something. And like, he was one of the main people that did that, basically, for that team. And he's still with Leicester City. So he's like a club legend, basically.
Oh my gosh.
And so, yeah.
I'm actually seeing it now.
And she did this thing, and like, people have been saying, she should become like a private investigator and all of these things.
So it was literally a guy that was out in her information.
It was a girl. It was Jamie Vardy's wife. The wife.
But why would she do that?
I don't know, because I'm thinking she has the peas. Maybe she just didn't have enough peas. Maybe she wanted to have her own peas. Maybe she's tired of her man giving her peas.
Do you know what? Maybe she's just a wag that just needs to find a job.
Basically, yeah.
Basically. I don't know. Yeah. I'm very funny when it comes to wags.
Yeah.
I'm very funny.
Would you become a wag? No? You wouldn't become a football wag? No. What if
No, I wouldn't.
Think of the most popping, like, black...
Do you know why I wouldn't become a wag?
Right,
because I feel like I haven't achieved anything in my life. And yes, I feel like wags haven't achieved... Like, you're profiting off your husband's back. You're a housewife that has a nanny. So you're not even a housewife. You're just there to look pretty, to look like a trophy. Look at you. I'm not even hating. I think I love a woman that can work for her... Like, listen, if my husband is a billionaire... That's good. But even if I'm not billionaire, I'm at millions, but I work for my millions, I feel like I'd be proud of myself. I don't believe in a woman depending on a man for her Gucci bag and her, I don't know. I just don't like mums that are housewives, but yet they have nannies. Yet all they do is drink champagne with their friends and they have no contribute to society. Like, what are you doing?
Okay.
So for her to do that, you're bored. You've got nothing better to do. So yeah, that's my thing. I'm not really a fan of wags. I don't think I'll ever be a wag. I will rather work for my money than be a housewife that looks pretty and has no GCSEs or anything like that.
Cool. All right, that is the last thing I wanted to touch on.
Thank you.
Lady, know what's happening in your life? Do you want to say anything before we go?
Say anything. Oh yes, I'm doing a dissertation, guys, and I need your help. Can I?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go
ahead. So I'm doing a study, to see what Western city, is the best city for ethnic minorities, that's Black, Asian, anyone that's not white, to prosper in the most. So I'm going to be traveling to America. I'm going to different states to see and interviewing people and doing like some data, to see what city is the best city for us, ethnic minorities to prosper. And I will be sending out, I'm going to have like a survey link. So if you guys will be able to do the survey link, I'd be really much appreciate it so I can get my dissertation done. And obviously if you're in London, if you're in America, that'd be really, really helpful. especially if you're from LA, New York, or Florida. So that's why I'll be doing my study. So if you know any information, please let me know, and I will have the link out on my social medias by the end of November. So so please help me get a first, or at least a 2-1 in my dissertation. So that's it. But I'm good, and my show hopefully will be coming out soon. I don't know when. But as soon as we start filming, I feel like everyone will know.
Yes,
and I'm excited for it because Thaddaeus will be producing it. So but my show podcast will be completely different to this. I think it's gonna be a little bit more intellectual but ratchet. So I think that's the best way to describe it. It'll be intellectual but very ratchet at times. So I feel like I want to have people on that, like we was talking about, that actually doing amazing things in terms of like investing their money and stuff. So I want to have people that are doing really well in terms of business and whatever they're doing, and obviously have people that are up and coming that I believe are good artists that can actually make it, not the ones that think they can rap but they can't. And so that's what I will be doing, and that's it. So Lady Nille show probably coming out 2020.
Probably around that time.
Around that time. So
cool.
Thank you guys.